take this thing off my phone right quick. Alright, there we go. Took the phone case off. Alright, we're gonna start to retie a few lures on. Set y'all up like that. Kind of see what I can do, see what I'm doing. Let's see how this goes. Got the heater going over here in the corner. Gonna be low 30s tonight here in the north. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining. Once again, I'm tying on baits and rigging my rods up. Getting ready for tomorrow's little fishing trip. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday evening. I am in Washington State. You can see the heater I have over in the corner of my shop. Hello, Jessica. I fish for largemouth bass. We just happened to have a cold front pop in this weekend. I'm doing great. Had some rods to rig up and some baits to tie on, and figured I'd go live and share with everyone else. My PB is a 10.6 pound largemouth. I caught on top water here in the state of Washington. I caught on the west side of the state as the old, well, our state record used to come from the east. I caught on a single bladed buzzbait back in 2018. So that's my kind of my claim to fame is caught a giant fish on a topwater bait. I'm like a topwater freak. Even though I have a name, Swimbait 79. I just recently got into swimbait fishing. About 3 years ago. I've been bass fishing for 20 years straight. Every weekend. Every year I send my reels off to Bass Pro Shop to get professionally cleaned. And the ones that are worn out or have a defective part on it, they fix. So I just got all my reels back. I got my full arsenal now. Before I was just fishing with maybe about 5 or 6 combos. Now I literally have my full arsenal with me, which is about 12. No fairy wands. All right, we're gonna spool this 7'9" heavy action rod, bait cast rod. It's a Johnny Morris carbon light. Gonna spool it up with 65-pound braid. Out hooking everything in the freaking garage. Gonna try it like that. Maybe it'll work. Like that. Claudia, I love her. Hello. Brazil's in the house. I was talking with you, troll. Brazil in the house. Brazil in the new house. Ooh. All right. Just spooled up the heavy action rod, which I have picked to fish the Kitech on. You've never seen this Kitech. Kitech's a badass swim bait. Highly underfished swim bait. Grab this. So I got twins of these rods. And I sent one of the reels off to get fixed. Cleaned. It wasn't even broke. But I highly recommend everyone checking out Bass Pro Shop on their website. If you have a defective reel or a reel that's broke and doesn't work, or you just want to trade it for something, even if their spring classic is over, you can still send in your reel to their rod and reel outdoor shop, and they will either trade it in and give you so much towards another reel, and they can even pick out another reel to ship back to you, which is very handy at times. But I've been doing it for probably 20 years. Every year I send my reels off. Some years I send 3 off. Sometimes I send 10 off. But it's very, there's not many people or many companies out there that professionally clean your reels for you and fix them, keep you going. But they are selective on the ones that they fix. Like they won't fix any old reel. They have a list of the brand names that they mess with. And every new reel that you buy from there, it has a 1-year warranty on it. So if it breaks or malfunctions, you easily send it off and they'll send you a new one. Same with rods. You had an eye bust or a guide bust, send it off, ship it off, pay for shipping back, and they'll hook it up. I've never actually done the rod. I've just done the reels. A funny story. One year I was a little late sending my reels off. I normally send my reels off before Christmas or just after Christmas. And there's some years I didn't send it off till like February. And I usually kick my season off at the end of February. And I didn't have my reels back, but they had an influx of orders of people shipping out the reels to them. So they looked and saw me far back in the line, and they actually kicked me forward in front of everybody and got me done. I paid them, and yeah, just because of how many years in a row I had kept coming back to them and doing business with them. So shout out to Bass Pro Shop. What's everybody doing? Where's everybody from? All right, so if you've never seen this Kitech 7.8, it's on a modified underspin, weedless. Comes through the thick cover. It's 8-inch in length. Gets tons of bites. Just a great bait. All right, this is a little secret of mine, is to channel lock your reels onto your rods with this little right here. If you're like me, I've had a reel pop off a rod before in the middle of fighting a fish. Not really what you want to have happen. All right, we got this 200 size Johnny Morris Signature Series. Freshly cleaned. I almost did not send this reel off, but I did send it off at the last second. Threw it in the box, filled out the form. I just go hand tight, and I take the pair of channel locks and really tighten it on there. I never have a problem with it ever coming off or anything like that. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday evening. Hopefully, Claudia, you loving your new place. Gonna be low 50s tomorrow for the high. For the low tonight, it's gonna be low 30s. The temps have dropped about 8 degrees. As a cold front is going to move in here. We had bluebird skies towards the end of the day. Tomorrow, I'm guessing we will have bluebird skies. Post front conditions. Not the best conditions, but who knows? All right. Don't know what we're going to tie on this one just yet. No, I should tie up a punch rig. Yeah, I'm going to do a punch rig. Got to get the bobber stops out. Ever seen these? Kind of peg your flipping weight. You stick it through there like that. You slide that on there and it appears on your line, and you can move it up and down your line. Keeps your weight pegged when you're punching thick cover. I favor to put 2 of these on, and that way if you do get on a bite and you lose this rig is pretty much useless without these once I put this weight on there. So with me putting 2 of them on there, if one burns off, at least you have this backup on there and you don't have to cut your rig off. All right, so when I say punch rig, I'm talking something like this. A 1 ounce crawl with a 5-open straight shank hook. It's a great punch rig to apply to grass, reeds, docks, rock, wood, whatever it may be. I prefer grass lakes to fish this type of rig with. But you can definitely make a rig specially for the type of cover that you're fishing, whether it's wood, rock, grass, punching grass, oh man, or reeds. Yeah. Now I'm just about to tie on a snell knot onto a straight shank flipping hook. Just trying to get this freaking braid off of here. There we go. The straight shank flipping hook. I do not use EWG or extra wide gap hooks. They suck, in my opinion. So we got the double bobber stop. Now we're going to put the weight on, and then we tie the hook on. That's 1.25 ounces weight. Gonna hold your hook up like this. This is the tie a snell knot. I'll come down through the top. Key to a snell knot is having a closed eye on your hook. Not having a big old gap there where your line's going to slip out. I'll show you why this tying this knot is crucial when you're flipping. All right, so there's a gap right here between the eyelet and the top barb to hold your bait on there. There's a reason for that. These hooks are specifically designed for flipping. I'm going to go ahead and make a loop it around. I'm going to hold it with my hands like that. I'm going to wrap this about 8 times if I can get this freaking line to cooperate with me. All right, here we go. I'm going to wrap this thing 9 times or 8 times, 7 to 9 times. Go there. And back through that loop that I was holding with my pinky. I'm gonna put this tag end in my mouth. I'm gonna pull the main line. Now I'm gonna pull the tag end. I'll show you why I tie this particular knot compared to other knots. See if I can show you guys this. I gotta cut that tag in. All right. So most hooks are like this, just straight. So when this head hits that hook, it's gonna kick that hook out to almost a 90-degree angle. Tying a snell knot on a flipping rig, you catch about 20% more hookups when it kicks out like that on the hook set. And you slam that weight and you set the hook. So I really don't ever flip without tying a snell knot for this purpose right here. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. Probably doesn't. We just take this little craw type of a bait and we're going to rig this thing on there. And this is ready for any grass, wood, anything. Right now, I think a lot of docks and some reeds. Reeds offer the hard bottom, which a lot of fish are seeking areas with hard bottom this time of the year as they gear up for the old spawn. And here we go. I'm just going to cinch these 2 bobber stops down to about 1/8 of an inch above this weight. And there we go. That is my flipping rig, punching rig for the summer, for year round basically. I will throw that anywhere. I'll bomb that in there. It's close quarter combat fishing and bass fishing is flipping grass or punching grass. It's close quarter combat. It's what a lot of dudes down in Florida do. If you've never tried that technique, I highly recommend trying it and finding some kind of flipping water. Might not be some exact some Florida type stuff, but I live here in Washington State and I got a lake that I love to go and flip in the summertime. As a lot of you will see this summer, see me go live a lot at that lake while I flip. We got four people watching. Who we got watching? Got two. Yes, welcome all. Thank you for tapping in Saturday evening. Hopefully everyone's having a great Saturday evening. I'm here in my garage tying stuff on for tomorrow. So normally on my frog rod, which is a 7-foot medium heavy, I have 50-pound braid on it. Well, right now particular, it's too early to necessarily fish a frog, even though we're not too far from it. But for right now, so I double that rod with a rattle trap. This is a Berkeley War Pig. It's one of my favorite new rattle trap or lipless crankbaits, whatever you want to call it. Works really good around rock and like clear water. Catch a lot of big trout with this. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday evening. All right, there's the rattle trap. Got red hooks on it, red eye. Gets thumped. I prefer the round bend hooks over the extra wide gap hooks, especially on the rattle traps. I have to put new fishing line on this new braid, but not tonight. All right, there's another one down. Go ahead and put this on this. Thank you for tapping in. If you ever had your reel fall off of your rod, highly recommend taking a pair of channel locks and tightening that nut right there, so you never have a problem with that rod or that reel jumping off the rod, especially when you're fighting a fish. Not what you want to have happen. So I'm rigging up just about 10 different rods. 10, 11 different rods, something like that. If you're just joining in, I just got my reels back from Bass Pro Shop. So now I can fish with my entire arsenal, which is basically bait casters only. I still got fairy wands. I still fish with them. Uh-huh. And this, since the water's still cold, we're going to put a big old jig on this one. This is a 7'6" heavy action rod. I got a 65-pound braid on this. We're just going to tie this Buckeye jig on, black and blue. I'm matching Zoom Super Chunk. Just going to tie a Palomar knot. Is living rubber. Is a rubber jig. It's got a couple strands of silicone on it, but it basically just a solid living rubber jig, which in colder water the living rubber reacts a whole lot better than the silicone skirts. I'm talking about the skirt of the jigs. Black and blue is just the universal color. I think most crawfish here in the PNW is probably this color, but they do start to molt from black and blue to bright red. Because I have seen videos of that. I have seen black and blue crawfish too. I'll rig this up instead of jig and pig. We'll make it more of a compact bait. There we go. We'll thread it on there instead of having it hanging on the hook. This looks way bigger, better. It's a 5/8 jig. Got the super chunk on it. Got some rattles on it. Oh yeah, that thing's gonna get munched. All right, so now we got the jig rigged up because the water could still be below 50 when I get there in the morning. I really just want to throw the mag draft the whole time or the Kitech, but it's going to be sunny conditions a little bit tomorrow, and well, those conditions aren't the best. But in the springtime, it's a must because it does warm up the water for everything. So days like today make it better for tomorrow. Water temps are still hovering right around 47 to maybe 50 degrees, maybe, depending on how deep your body of water was. But most of the water temps I was getting last weekend were, I think, 46 degrees, 45 to 46. American taxpayer. Hi, ma'am. What's everybody up to? I'm tying on some baits. I go live, show you all some. I'm gonna tie on this Evo Chatterbait. It's a 3/8. I have it on 17-pound fluorocarbon. Dennis, how you doing? Where you from? Charlie boy, how you doing? Elizabeth Jasmine, how you doing? I have this on 17-pound fluorocarbon, but I feel like that may be a little heavy. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to cut that off. I'm going to put the spinnerbait back on. One of my favorite March baits. If you're new to my channel, I would recommend checking out some of my newest content. Check out my best baits for the month of March. I'm up here in the Pacific Northwest. Okay. Change this fishing line too from last year, last fall. Elizabeth Jasmine, how you doing? There's a War Eagle 1/2 ounce wake spinnerbait. I just fish it like a normal spinnerbait. Has a 5 and number 6 Colorado. Gives it plenty of thump. Have it with a 3/0 free swinging trailer hook. Most important. Rigged up on 17-pound fluorocarbon on a 7-foot medium heavy rod. Just a Pro Qualifier Bass Pro Shop $100 reel. And there you have it. Just a simple little combo, a highly effective. It doubles as a crankbait rod, chatterbait rod. Next, we got to find a crankbait. I think we're going to go with the old trusty one right here. What up, Nick? This is that. Which one? Or do we just go a little bit bigger? We'll go with the old Movement 80X. What kind of spinnerbait? Carp don't really eat spinnerbait. Bass eat spinnerbaits. Carp eat like dough balls, and yeah, I'm not much of a carp fisherman. I've actually caught a carp on a spinnerbait, but it was in East Texas. But I wasn't actively fishing just for them. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday evening. We're rigging up a crawl colored 6 cents movement 80X. Really unlike any other crankbait. Moves a ton of water. I caught more than just a few 5-fish limits well over 20 pounds at various lakes, not just one time. That's why it's all one-eye Willie and knock the snot out of this thing. Early in the year, I like throwing this on 12-pound. If I can get away with it. If I'm fishing a heavy cover lake, then I'll bump it up to 17-pound. We got the old G Flag 175 right here. Soft plastic glide bait. Still have yet to get a fish on it. Just started fishing this last time. This thing should get munched. How's everyone doing? I think I'm going to strip that line off right now. Where's everybody fishing from? Everybody fish for bass? I prefer for bass. I prefer throwing larger baits for larger bass. And now I'm just stripping line off of this setup. Barrett Phillips. Jesus loves everyone. Nick, I purposely did not fish today because it was going to be sunny, and tomorrow was supposed to be cloudy, but now tomorrow's weather changed where it's going to be sunny. Since I prefer to fish in the cloudy, rainy, windy weather over bright bluebird skies. At least not until summertime. I love that spring weather where it just changes up on a dime quick. This is my preferred fluorocarbon. Bass Pro Shop XPS fluorocarbon. Got to be that KVD signature series. And tried and true right here. 20-pound. This stuff never breaks. Well, I've had it break once, but could have been a shitty knot. I don't know. I've only had it fail me one time. That's not bad for how many times I fish. You can't control the weather. That's definitely right. Imagine making like booking a trip like months out. Just as it gets closer, you're just praying for great weather or praying for the right weather. And he's stuck with high bluebird skies. Air temps drop 20 degrees. 40-mile-an-hour sustained winds for the next 2 days. All right. I'm gonna do that little contraption again. All right. Yeah, buddy, me too. That's why I'm putting a new fresh line on there. It should get munched tomorrow. I could totally see it getting just throttled. They make an even bigger one. I just started following the company that makes the G flag too. As Johnny put me onto that, Mr. Daiwa. All right, that sucker spooled up. I bought this fishing line. I think it was 12 something a spool. A Bass Pro Shop, 12 something. It's like a 200-yard spool. Easily get 2 loads out of that. Especially on a 100 series reel. I like the little 150s, the 200 size reels, especially for swim baits. All right, we're going to tie this G flag back on. Comment below if you ever fished the G flag before. Prior to my buddy giving me this, I never even heard of it. Yeah, in and out of the holes. When I posted that on Instagram, the owners of the company or whoever runs their page come over and like that I reposted what they did. I have yet to message the folks at that company, but I need to. Hey, you got any extra shit? Send my way. I'll showcase it. Happily showcase it. So yeah, that's the G flag 175. You've never seen that thing? Man, it is wicked. I think it is, Johnny. Or Nick. I called you Johnny. All right. Got these big swim baits kicked off to the side. This one there. A little seven rods in the rod locker down here. I need this. Spinnerbait and then the crankbait. Oh, Ride or Die was in the house. We're just talking about you, man. Your ears are burning, huh? We're just saying how sick that freaking G flag is. Okay. That out. Rig this reel up onto here. We'll throw the chatterbait on here. Hell yeah, it's keeping toasty. I already turned the freaking night lights on. A brand new can of propane too. Probably not gonna be able to use it all. I'm gonna get too hot. We'll go to the barbecue now. I'm gonna tie this Evo chatterbait on. I'm gonna take a swim bait trailer and dip the tip in some orange dye. And see how all that looks. Once again, thank you for tapping in. Saturday evening. Hope all is well. I'm rigging my rods for tomorrow's little fishing session. All right. Uh-huh. All right. I got to remember on some of these reels, when you send them off to Bass Pro Shop and they come back, all the gauges, all the dialed in, they're all off. So I have to redial them in once I get on water. That with fishing line just a second ago. I have fishing line in my mouth. I couldn't even talk to you guys. Rudents, how you doing? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Don't mean to badger your name if I say your name wrong. Sorry. Evo look like. You say emo or Evo? I'll show you here in a second if I can get my shit together here. Old Butterfinger McGee over here. So if you hadn't seen, it just recently come out like 2 days ago. I just watched it earlier today. Highly recommend going to YouTube, checking out a documentary about the Chatterbait made by Z-Man. Check it out. I can search it. It's about 30 minutes long, and it shows the history of this bait right here, the Chatterbait, the evolution of it. Let's just go ahead and cut that off. If you don't know who Brett Hite is, if you don't know the original guy who made this lure, originally it was designed to beat out the spinnerbait or something different for the fish to see other than the spinnerbait. So yeah, that is the Evo Chatterbait. We got on 12-pound fluorocarbon right now because I'm not going to be throwing it around super heavy shit. Have it on light line, probably get more bites. With it being 3/8, a little light for my liking. I like that big heavy shit. I gotta find a soft plastic swimmer. We're gonna make a swimmer. It's 4.8. Bam, like that. Take this pair of scissors. We're gonna snip this off right there. Now this is just my little preference. I'm gonna snip the tip right here, flush cut it so it sits nice to the back of the main hook. Put it up here, measure it, put a little scratch in it. You know exactly where to come out at. The more you do this, the better it will be. You may have to do this a couple of times to get her straight. That's most important. You can even drop a little drop of super glue on there if you really want. I'm going to test out that keeper that they built in. Has a bunch of extra shit on there. We're going to put that to the test. So now the final thing is this right here. Hopefully I don't spill this shit on live. There we go. You can use any color you want. Trailer. You could dip the whole freaking tail in there if you wanted to. You could dip the head of the bait before you even thread it on there. That's another idea. Or you could just buy the color, right color trailers. But you know those orange trailers and orange shit right now is through the roof. Just quick little simple hack you can easily do. I really prefer the green pumpkin color over any, but that was the first shit I grabbed. Be up there. Always handy to have the stank. Dip and glow. Very good stuff. I'm going to retire this reel. The Shimano Sitica. The oldie. About $120 reel. Very well made. But Bass Pro unfortunately told me they're not going to be able to service this reel anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the wall. I did catch an 8.3 with this reel on the big red buzzer. Been to war a few times. Can't go wrong with Shimano for all you upcoming anglers. Even the $100 Shimanos work better than some of that Bass Pro shit. But the Bass Pro, you wouldn't have all these other companies without the Bass Pro. Bass Pro is the OGs of this tackle game. No, not necessarily Nick. Cutting the tail off if I left it on. That's how I prefer for the night fishing, is to have a boot tail on it. A lot of people like throwing chatterbaits with these little fork tail. This one I found snagged on a log at Fowson. Original Chatterbait. That's the documentary you need to go to Z-Man on YouTube and check out their latest video. It's pretty cool. Nice try, Nick. You actually had this, Nick. I don't like, well, this one actually, this line tie is actually really good. That's the line tie I prefer for chatterbaits compared to this type of a line tie on a chatterbait. Like, I don't like that clip shit. That clip right here. I don't know. For some reason, I've had a couple of those pop free. Never lost anything or anything like that, but I just don't know why they don't make them all like this. You can see this. The actual line tie. Yeah. So Z-Man Project Z chatterbait, which I prefer. They make 3/4 and 1 ounce chatterbaits. That's what I prefer for the night, summer nights. But when the sun's out, when you have post-front conditions, this is when this bait works, because you could still throw a spinnerbait in the sun and catch fish, but you won't catch as many fish as you will with full cloud, overcast conditions. That's why they made the chatterbait, was to, everybody was throwing spinnerbaits. He wanted something different, wanted something to try to contest with that. So he made that bait, and it's really derived off of an older bait. Used to not have this shit right here. Used to just have a lead weight with a blade that you tie to, and it had a hook on it. You'll see if you watch that cool little documentary on Z-Man channel. They'll tell you all about it. But that's the next thing that everybody's throwing all these Z-Man jackhammers on with the fork tail. What lure is that there, Jordan? Jordan! That's not Jordan. That's something else. I can't pronounce your name, man. Jarus? Yeah, I feel like that chatterbait would get throttled. But you're going to catch, 1 to 3 pounders. You'll catch 5, 6s with it, but you're more or less going to catch all the fish that everybody else is fishing for. That's why I usually try to find a magnum size lure in whatever I'm throwing, because I know that not many other people are going to be throwing something like that. Whether it's a swim bait, whether it's an A-rig, whether it's a chatterbait, a crankbait, spinnerbait, a punch rig, whatever it is. Just go for the biggest shit you can find that you could throw with all your gear. This is a wonderful rod and reel setup right here to buy. The rod is the best feature of this, but the reel is pretty dang good itself. I think this is about a $200 $200, maybe $225 for this combo right here, if I remember correct. But the rod is rated 1 to 4 ounces. I'm telling you, you could do so many different baits with 1 to 4 ounce range on your rod. Whether it's a Whopper Plopper 190, whether it's a 1 ounce frog, whether it's a 1.5 ounce punch rig, whether it's a 8-inch mag draft, whether it's a 8-inch Kitech, list goes on. All right. I think I'm all rigged up, ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be pretty cold in the morning, so I think I'm going to not go first thing in the morning. It'll be a struggle. Priority of baits, I'll probably start off with the Kitech. Yeah, I'll probably start off with the Kitech, or start off with the flipping rig. Go start flipping some docks first thing in the morning. Or first thing when I get there. It should somewhat warm up, but I think the high tomorrow is supposed to be 51, so it's going to be a little bit nippy. But yeah, the Kitech will be a strong number one choice to maybe that jig or the punch rig. Yes, sir. I'm gonna definitely throw that Chatterbait a little bit. Maybe I'll go live towards the end of tomorrow or something. Be sure to hit that notification bell. I think that's gonna do it for tonight's live stream of me rigging up for a fishing trip. Do me a favor, hit the like button. I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you for tapping in. Ryder Daiwa, thank you. Nick, thank you. To everyone else, thank you. Until next time, Swimbait79 out.